I don't think I've ever gone out on a limb quite as much as I'm about to, but bear with me. Now, they are making a sequel to Mary Poppins. I'm very, very excited. Lin-Manuel Miranda is doing the music. Reminded me of a pet theory that I came up with a couple of years back during one of the previous seasons of Doctor Who. And that's what this video is about. I happen to think that Mary Poppins is a Time Lord. Now, bear with me. It's a long bow that I'm about to draw, and my arm might get a little bit tired. First of all, she has a TARDIS. Yep, a TARDIS. A dimensionally transcendental carpet bag which she can pull huge objects out of, mainly to impress children. Now, if you're telling me that that degree of showing off about an infinite space inside a smaller thing is not exactly what the Doctor does, then you're smoking something, and frankly, I would like a toke. Also, I know what you might be thinking. You're saying, well, she doesn't travel inside the TARDIS. Why wouldn't she travel inside the TARDIS? Well, guess what? The Doctor doesn't always travel inside the TARDIS either. Yaha, and guess where they both are? London, baby! Second point, she teaches people lessons and then buggers off into the night. Now, Mary Poppins appears at a time of great need in the lives of two children, and the Doctor cares about children. She reforges the lives of those around her and teaches them obtuse lessons, many of which have grotesque ramifications. Like the banker who can't stop floating. There is no way he didn't die up there in the ceiling. Boy, that'd be hard to get down. Oh, she's there for significant historical events. Sound like someone we know? Not just the fact that it's 1910, but also she's there at the birth of the suffragette movement. Now, if the Doctor has... Sorry, I'm pretty convinced it is the Doctor now. I mean, if you were a Time Lord, specifically the Doctor, and you were in your amazing new Julie Andrews-style woman body, and you were there for the birth of the suffragette movement, you wouldn't want to stick your, umbrella right in it. You just want to skirt around the edges and kind of experience it from the sidelines. And that's what the Doctor does. That's what the Doctor does. Yeah. Another thing that Mary Poppins and the Doctor have in common, if in fact they aren't the same person, which they bloody well are, they have eccentric clothing. The Doctor is known each incarnation for having a very distinct look. If that's not a distinct look, I'll eat my hat. I appear to have eaten 2 in the past week, so I'm pretty well up for the task. Oh, Dick Van Dyke's character, Bert, clearly an ex-companion who she travelled with in the past. When she meets up with Bert, he is surprised and happy to see her, but he clearly knows her very, very well. She knows him. They have a Doctor-companion relationship all over. And who wouldn't love the genders of the Doctor and a companion just to be flipped every once in a while? I know I would. Also, FYI, they totally did it. Just on every single freshly scrubbed surface in that chimney sweep's filthy hovel. Bing bang bong. And then they sang about it. Probably, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. Adding further credence to the incredibly unfounded and frankly sugar-fueled fact that I think that Mary Poppins is a future incarnation of the Doctor, Missy. Now, Missy's look was clearly modelled off Julie Andrews' turn as Mary Poppins. But what if the Doctor was so impressed with Missy's look that he then turned into a woman later on and mimicked that look as form of some sort of tribute? And then Missy later on saw Mary Poppins based on sightings of the Doctor, and then it's a paradox is what it is. Let's sing about paradoxes, children. Oh, there's more. There's so many more comparisons. She always ends up in bloody London. How does she get rid of the other nannies waiting outside the bank's residence? Blows them away. With what are presumably time winds. Time winds. Oh, and then there's this.
Task you undertake.
I'm from Gallifrey. Absolutely. Oh, I'm a Time Lord. Holy shit.
So there you have it. Irrefutable proof that Mary Poppins is in fact the Doctor. I mean, we know that the Doctor at one point just ends up cycling back some old bodies. Why not hit up Julie Andrews? Man, that's a good fit. Anyway, that's enough for this week. I have some very exciting Doctor Who related news that I can't talk about just yet. It's all very airy-fairy, but it's very exciting stuff. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you have hit subscribe and told people. If you haven't, you've been very, very naughty, and I will find you. And I will buy you a pizza. So make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you share. You can hit me up on Twitter, at Paul Verhoeven. I also have a video game podcast called 28 Plays Later. That's over on iTunes. That's enough plugging for me. I will see you bright and early next week, Poppets, for some sweet, sweet Doctor Who news. See ya.